Hi, everyone. My name is Tracy Cox, and I am going to be your liaison for this year's Rock, Roll, and Run for the team captains on registering and getting all your information together through our fundraising system this year, which is called Pledgeit. So I'm going to share my screen to show you how we are doing this year. We have an online registration called Pledgeit.com. I actually have a bit.ly for it. So a bit.ly is just a short code and a short link. So bit.ly/rock roll run 2024. And I have a QR code that we're going to put on our pages. Each of you will have individual links for your schools. So that is the link that you should share in all of your school advertising. Any of your links should go right there. But people can always find your information and sign up if they're signing up through our site directly or through the main site. They will still be able to find you and register under your school. So just to walk through this so you can see kind of what everything happened, how it all flows, I'm going to go into a private browser here. Let's go File, Incognito tab. bit.ly. For those of you that don't know what a private browser is, it doesn't keep any of your information there, so it doesn't keep all the cache, so to speak. So I'm going to go in here because I'm already registered on the site, I think under all my email addresses that I own. So it won't let me re-register again like you would have to do. So when you first go to the site, whether it's your personal site for your school or this one, you're going to have to register. So you will register under race and sponsor registration. But before we jump in there, I just want you to be familiar with the whole website, what we have. So we have our mission. There's also a tab for sponsorships and frequently asked questions. So on the homepage, it'll always say what our mission is as the Education Foundation. It has our leaderboard. It'll give us rolling donations when donations come in. And then down here is where we're going to start building out who we have for our sponsors. And of course, we want to make sure that we support LMU for being partners with us for the Rock, Roll, and Run. This is the 4th year in a row that we are doing a Rock, Roll, and Run at the LMU campus, and that is awesome. Sponsorships are available as well. So if you know a business, local or something that would fit within the community too, that wants to sponsor the event, there are opportunities to just be a sponsor, a monetary sponsor, and have their name and logo on information. They can also be a vendor. If they don't want to be a vendor at the place and have a booth at the little vendor fair area, they are, when they fill out the sponsorship interest form, they can give their booth to a local nonprofit. So we can have some nonprofits there as well to share their information for the community. And then this is all the frequently asked questions. So this will be updated as we go on if things change. But this has the race timeline, this has parking information, signups, and this one right here, yes, people can sign up on race day. However, we really want as many signups as possible before the race day. And the week before the race, the price does go up $5, which is great because that means more money for the schools when people sign up. But we'd rather have all the signups, so then it just makes it a smoother process that way. And another big thing to point out too, are costumes allowed? Oh, we say yes, more the merrier. This is a fun run. It's not a color run or anything like that. It's just a fun run on the LMU campus. We want to make sure that we're there to have a lot of fun. But show your school spirit, show your school pride, because it's all about giving back to your schools. So that's what all that frequently asked questions are. So make sure you just tune in there. And if there's anything that we need to communicate with you, it'll come from me or the Education Foundation directly, and we will send it out to you as the team captains, so you are able to disseminate that information to your community. So let's sign up. First, you're going to have to enter to sign up to get an email address to get started. Let's see, which one haven't I used yet? I think I've used almost every single one of these. So we'll use my one from WLCS. And and then you have to just put in your name, and you have to create a password for your site. You can also sign up using your Facebook account, which I already have with my other ones, so that's why I don't have that here. So now I have this information. I'm gonna have all these registrations now. So then it comes to your ticketing registration. So one thing to make sure that you share with your families, because a lot of them won't read this, they might would just go and start collecting or clicking the buttons here. If they're on the main page, they will be able to select their school / team, joining a team after they do their registration, after they enter their information. If they're using your direct link for your school, it'll know that, so it'll already place them on that team. If they're supporting multiple schools, those have to be done in different separate transactions. Also this year, we have the opportunity for runners, if they wanted to do their own fundraising page, they could have their own fundraising page that they can send out. You could send one out as a family. You could send one out as just the student. The one caveat is that it does have to have a unique email address. So not everybody can have the same email address when you sign up. So if the student is going to be that person, you might want to sign them up first with the page with the email address, and then use mom and dad's email address for something else. It just has to be a unique email address for that person with the fundraising page. So you can see we're going to select individual. This one is for me. That's what you're going to register first. Please register for yourself first, because I have to go back in after you register, and please use your name, or let me know if you use a different name, if for some reason you're registering with a different name than what you have signed up on our list for. I have to go back in and then make you the team captain for your team. And then once you're the team captain, you can update some information on your team page, and you'll have full view of your team's page as well. So if you want to create a fundraising page for you, you can. If not, you just toggle this on. It's automatically defaulted to yes, but just let people know that too. If you want to do a little overview with them, or when we put it on our site, we'll say that as well too. Everybody will have to agree to the waiver. No matter which race you're running, you will have to agree to that waiver. And then you're going to add this ticket. And this is where it says what part of the team you want to be on. So we're just doing by school names. That's the teams. You're not able to create your own team. You're just able to do your team selection. So we're just going to join Kentwood Elementary. And then you can add another participant here too. You will notice, like, you can do the 5K and the 1K. And then there's a virtual runner. That is someone who is actually, they're not running. They're just basically giving a donation of $20. So it would be great if every person who registered got 5 donations of $20, because that would be an extra $100 per person registering for the school. Like, that would just be fantastic. So that's what you want to participate into and share with people. Just be like, hey, be a virtual runner with me this year. I'll do the hard part. I'm going to do the running, but you can be a virtual runner. And again, even if you're coming to the event, you don't have to run the event. It's run or walk, or you can just register. You don't have to do it. Like, honestly, either one, whatever you want to do. It's not timed. There's nobody racing like big, huge prizes. Like, there's nothing it's not like a marathon that there's a finish line. So it is really fun when people finish, and they do like that, but we're not timing people. It's a fun community event to bring the community together and raise money for our local schools. We also do have some of the sponsor information on here. It just has another way and visibility for people to have the option and the thought, like, oh, I could be a sponsor for this. We do request that they go to this link though to fill out the sponsorship form, and they would simply, oops, sorry, this is not going to come up because I'm not signed in under my proper one. So anyway, that would come up on, it's a Google form that they would fill out. And then it's because I'm in an incognito browser, it's a Google form that they would fill out. And myself, Stephanie, Lori, or somebody from the foundation will get back to them about being a sponsor, what sponsorship level, and give them information for their payments. There's also a way that if they don't want to be a they could have a booth at the event, so they could share something. It's always good if if they want to give away something, or they can donate their booth to a local nonprofit, and then we can reach out to local nonprofits in the area so they could have a booth there to share what their mission is as well. So after you have signed up and I made you team captain, you will then get a different view for your page. Let me move me over here. So you will then have this selection at the very top: community, my page, team, donor. So we're going to go to team. We're going to focus on that right now. And this is kind of like your overview dashboard. So you're going to see what money's been raised, what activity has been going on, who your team members are. You'll see there's a message board, so you can send a message to all your team members. There's team updates and donations. You are also able to view your team page. So this will have a specific team page. So if you lose your link or whatever, you can always go here and get it. I do highly recommend that maybe you want to create a short code for your link so it's easy when people are on social media or something to remember so they can click it. This is what your team page would look like. If somebody goes here and clicks race sponsor registration right here, it'll automatically link them to your page. So sharing your page is by far the best, but they can also go back to the main page because that's where they'll find the frequently asked questions, the sponsorships, and all that information as well. So back on your team dashboard page, the three little dots, you can edit your team page too. So some of you may have photos. This is from a couple years ago, and this is the standard one that's on everybody's team page right now. If you want to change this to your logo, if you want to change this to a different team page that maybe you had last year, your team at the event, you can definitely do that. You can change your page title and you can change your story. Maybe you have a fundraising goal or you have a really good story and be like, hey, we raised so much money last year and this really helped us with XYZ. That's always helpful on here as well. You can also update your profile. I have created all these profiles for you. I recommend not changing your team name unless it's to differentiate your school, like if you had a middle school and a elementary school or something like that. But most of everybody's going through one school, except for Wish, and I already updated your names on here per our conversation. If you have a fundraising goal, you can update your fundraising goal here as well. You can raise it, you can lower it, whatever you want. I just kind of set a general kind of threshold for everybody. And that's it. That's pretty much all of this information right now. So the first steps is just for you as the team captains to get yourself registered. You can feel free to register your families and stuff now as well. Your students, you don't have to. It just is totally up to you. And this was the team page. You can see your goal, send 20 email invites. Like it's always fun to send that information out, right? You can see your community too. I'm just going through these little ones at the top, which I have not gone through actually myself. And so speaking of that, this is literally our first year using this program. So far, I find it really easy and we really liked it because it was really intuitive and it had all the things that we needed on it, which includes for you as the team captains to see everything that's going on with your team at any given time. If you want to say, hey, did Bob Smith family join or Sarah Smith join, you can just look through the donations and see them. I will be able to send you a spreadsheet, and we'll get in a cadence of doing that when we start. I have to do that manually, like once a week. I have to go in and do a spreadsheet and then I have to separate it out. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know what it's like, so I can't tell you. But you know, together we will make this work and we will raise a lot of money for our schools. And that is what our whole point is, right? Is to raise money for our schools. So you have my email address. I'm sending it from my personal email, and it also has my personal phone number on it, my cell. Please feel free to text me or call me if you have any questions. But let's get you signed up first, and then from there, we'll roll it out to the public in general. So then everybody can start signing up. So that's our goal for like next week, is to have everybody sign up, and we'll do a big announcement on our pages and send out to all the principals and everything as well. And then hopefully you guys are already signed up and I have you as your team captain so you can go and we can kind of get all the kinks per se worked out. Anyway, I'm excited. I hope you're excited, and let's go teams.